Just 2 minutes, folks. Okay, 6:01, we're calling meeting to order. We're going to have a flag salute for our new commissioner. Okay, can we have a roll call?
Commissioner Grunsky,
Present.
Commissioner Midgley, Commissioner Rustaller,
Here.
Commissioner Milas,
Here.
Commissioner Senga.
Here.
Okay, that completes roll call. Any action on requests for continuances or withdrawals?
No, Chair, thank you.
Okay. Moving on, at this time, the public is welcome to address the Planning Commission on items of interest to the public that are not listed on the agenda. Anyone in public, anything not on the agenda? And if so, anyone online?
We have no participants online.
Okay. Moving on to the consent agenda, items number 1, 2, and 3. Items calendared for consent will be approved in one motion without a public hearing unless a member of the Planning Commission or the audience requests that the item be removed. I'm going to request that we remove item 3. We're going to remove item 3 from the consent calendar. And other than that, I'm looking for a motion on consent item 1 and 2.
So moved. Accept item 1 and 2 of the consent.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call?
Commissioner Midgley, Commissioner Rustaller,
Yes.
Commissioner Milas,
Yes.
Commissioner Senga,
Yes.
Commissioner Grunsky.
Yes. Okay, motion passes 5-0. Now we're going to move on to that item, which is use permit number PA 2200263 of Shade Mountain House. And I believe we have a presentation from staff.
Yes, thank you, Chair. We have John Anderson, who is doing work on behalf of community development with a presentation this evening.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the Planning Commission, John Anderson, representing the Community Development Department relative to Mountain House matters. I have a short PowerPoint presentation for you tonight. I know you're probably disappointed I don't have 2,000-page staff report, but I try to do the best I can. So this is a conditional use permit. It's a furtherance of a financial commitment that MHD or Mountain House Developers has within the Mountain House community. It's going to represent about an additional $8 million investment as a long-term commitment that development team has within the Mountain House community. This is the second fire station that's been built within the primarily north of the Byron Highway, but also obviously south of the Byron Highway and surrounding area. So I do have, again, a PowerPoint presentation. Next, again, it's a use permit application. The project area is within specific plan area number 2. It's also known as neighborhood K. The area that's circled here indicates generally where that fire station is going to go. Most of the land north of the Byron Highway is undeveloped. However, Mountain House Developers is currently improving neighborhood J. You'll see that in the upper screen, neighborhood J. Again, there's 12 neighborhoods within the Mountain House community. This new fire station that they're going to be building is actually in neighborhood K. So it would be on the north side of the extension of Central Valley Parkway, which is part of, again, part of the neighborhood. So the zoning is PF as indicated. The site has been designated and planned for a fire station site for many, many years. Mountain House Developers has worked very closely with the Mountain House CSD to accomplish both the location and also the size and orientation of this use and structures that ultimately. This is a site plan show what the fire station site would look like on property. It's built off of future roadway, Stockyard Drive. It has all the appropriate attributes, parking, landscaping, emergency backup generator supply system for the fire station, and all then turnarounds, whatnot, for their equipment, as well as the access or garbage collection. That was some of the more changes that had to be made. Site plan itself. Again, this is part of specific plan 2, area 2. It was approved back in 2004 by the Board of Supervisors. And an obligation that Mountain House has as part of phase of development. Project has been evaluated under the initial environmental documents associated with both the master plan, specific plan 1, and also specific plan 2. There are a couple issues specifically that we dealt with this particular site. Noise issue, potential noise issue with future residential units that we built to the south. We worked with the applicant to make sure that the noise associated with the generator, the emergency generator, would be shielded both by a wall and also with its location and proximity to future residential use. There are findings with use permits that need to be made by this commission. They'll be part of the action that we're considering tonight. The first finding is that proposed use is consistent with goals and policies and standards, maps of both the general plan, master plan, and specific plan. Second finding has to do with adequacy of utilities and roadway improvements, etc. Those improvements are all being installed by Mountain House developers as part of their long-term obligation to build out these neighborhoods, neighborhood J and K as indicated. Finding number 3, is the site physically suitable? It's been planned and anticipated for this site, so the answer to that is yeah, absolutely. Finding number 4 is issuance of the permit will not significantly detrimental to public health, safety, welfare, or injurious to any individuals. Quite to the contrary, this will provide emergency services in that area as part of a planned community. So very much part of what the Mountain House commitments will be presenting to this. Finding 5 has to do with uses compatible adjoining land uses, and again, we've worked with the master developer. Master plan indicated this as a site for this type of use. Building elevations, getting to the pretty pictures. This is what the front of the structure would look like architecturally. Architecturally, it matches the public improvement type architecture that's built within the master plan itself. This would be the west elevation. This is a shot of the south elevation, back of the firehouse itself. So after having said that, this is a public hearing, and notices have been sent to adjacent property owners. Expanded notification just because there's not much development out in this area, so we can be sure it was an expanded notification. Also, the agencies contacted as well. And at this point, we'd recommend that your commission adopt the necessary findings for the use permit and approve this use permit PA 2200. Whatnot that are attached to the staff report as attachment D. So after having said that, I know in the audience, the applicant and project proponent is in the audience as well. If there are any questions of me.
Any questions for staff from the commission? Looks like just as beautiful as a fire department as it was on the consent calendar. Nothing changed. So let's hear from the applicant.
Thank you very much. I'm David Sargent with Mountain House Developers, LLC. Thank you guys for hearing our project tonight. Just wanted to thank you guys for hearing it, and we agree with, the company agrees with the recommendation from staff to approve it. I also just want to thank John Anderson and Jen Jolly for processing our application and helping us through the process. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the crowd that would like to speak on this on behalf of this project? Doesn't look like it, so we'll move along. Anyone online?
It's online.
No crowd tonight.